wrestling fans, Brian Blitz here, and welcome to another edition of Superstars The Ring here at ccwrestling.biz. Of course, joining me as always is Craig. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk big and extensively this week about the huge Fan Appreciation Day we had in Jacksonville, Florida just 2 weeks ago. But before we get into that, Craig, we're going to talk a little bit about a gentleman that was unfortunately unable to make Fan Appreciation Day, and that is Christian Evans.
Well, we got some breaking news right before we went on the air tonight, is that Christian Evans has been stripped of the alternative title due to injuries he sustained in that best of three series he had with Skylark. We covered it here on the show, and we've been kind of trying to give you guys an update every week. Skylark and Christian were at the top rope. Christian went to the outside and to the ground, and at one point he suffered a concussion. At another point he suffered a knee injury. He got pretty banged up at the end of that series. We have still yet to find out the full extent of his injuries, but we do know right now that we don't have an alternative title holder here in Continental Championship Wrestling, which brings up a lot of good opportunity for some of our challengers here in CCW.
There are quite a few people here with a lot of contrasting styles that could definitely provide some phenomenal action and competition for what is a very prestigious championship here in CCW. Hopefully in the near future we're going to have an update on the status of the Alternative Championship and where it's going to be in the future. Now,
back to Fan Appreciation though.
Fan Appreciation Day was huge. There was a lot going on that day. There was a lot of fan interaction, autograph signing, picture taking, people flying through the skies. I mean, it was fantastic.
It really was. I'm still exhausted. I won't lie. It's been a rough couple weeks since the event. However, this may have been one of the most impactful shows that has ever occurred for Continental Championship Wrestling, because when's the last time you saw so many things happen within one given show and time frame? If you missed it, you've missed out on some pretty important things here in Continental Championship Wrestling.
Well, it certainly did prove to be a very pivotal show, and I think it sparked a bit of a rivalry between two of the big tag teams here in CCW. Of course, I'm not speaking none other of the tag team champions, Future Eviloution, and the upcoming superstars, Shootmore.
Shootmore, Shootmore, Shootmore.
Shooter McGee and Eric Moore, the tag team better known as that, if that's what you'd like to call them. They had a match at Fan Appreciation Day, and I got to tell you, it probably didn't go the way that I think a couple of gentlemen in that match would have liked for it to.
It wasn't. Our tag team champions stated up front, we're not going to put the titles on the line against these rookies. The rookies had something else to say.
So let's go ahead and go to the action.
Superstar Eric Moore, the Blues, Shooter McGee. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that before we bring out the CCW Tag Team Champions, they have declined to give Shootmore a tag team title shot. Therefore, this match will be non-title. Having said that, making their way to ringside, representing the collective, they are the CCW Tag Team Champions. Second generation superstar, Daniel Anderson. And the future, Jonathan Wells. They are Future Eviloution.
All right, wrestling fans, right now we are back with some CCW tag team action. In the ring, you see the CCW tag team champions, Future Eviloution, squaring off against young tag team Shooter McGee and Eric Moore. Craig, now, before the match began, we made the note that Future Eviloution has declined to grant Shootmore a tag team championship match. So the match is now non-title.
Well, already started the head games here. Kind of Jonathan Wells, quick little slap to the back of Eric Moore. He came around, and you know, you have to admit, Shootmore, Eric Moore, and Shooter McGee have been a strong tag team here in Continental Championship Wrestling.
Well, I'm not going to take anything away from what they've done in their brief time as a team. They've certainly proven to be a hot commodity here in CCW. Both of them very talented in their own rights, and together a very strong tag team. But you have the raw experience and very, very well-versed tag team of Future Eviloution. These two have been together for a long time. They've been tag team champions on more than one occasion, and they just work so brilliantly well together that it's really, really tough to combat any of their motives in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, look at the laundry list of just accomplishments Future Eviloution has. Daniel Anderson, a second-degree wrestler, an incredible
son of the legendary Boone Anderson.
Jonathan Wells, the longest-reigning Continental Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion in history. Wow, Eric Moore. Wow,
one of only a few as well, might I add, that's been able to say he's a Grand Slam champion here in CCW.
Wow,
now, Wells.
What a leapfrog from Eric Moore, and that drop kick to the outside, put him right over by Shooter McGee. Referee right on that.
The referee Jerome Jackson now admonishing Future Eviloution. They do need to get in the ring, and that's really the only place a match can end.
Wow, Shooter McGee. And now we're going to see the mind games again from Future Eviloution.
You're Jonathan Wells telling the referee how to count there. So, and to be honest with you, I got to play the devil's advocate on this, and I'm not so sure I disagree with him. We've seen some counting discrepancies from Jerome Jackson in the past. But that notwithstanding, now Eric Moore making a tag to Shooter McGee now, maintaining control on Daniel Anderson.
All right. Shooter McGee got some air under him for that elbow when he came into the ring. Needs to stay right outside of Wells' grasp here. Daniel Anderson quick to reverse that. Just grabbing Shooter McGee up by the back of his tights.
He's like a vicious pit bull now, shooting Shooter, if you'll pardon the expression, into his partner's corner now.
Right.
Doing what they do best. The beautiful, I stand corrected. Daniel Anderson taking the high road there and departing the ring.
Wow, they are double teaming just those stomps. But look at Shooter's head. Shooter's still bobbing and weaving down there in the corner.
Quick tags, constantly keeping the fresh man in. That's what Future Eviloution's all about, and that's why they're the tag team champions.
Wow, and they're just taking turns stomping away on him. You know, got to do something to get him out of the corner.
Shooter McGee now in a bit of a daze. His eyes seem to be crossed. He doesn't seem to know where he's at. He's got the crowd solidly behind him, but I don't know how much of that's really going to affect his match.
With a point Anderson's boot right under the throat of Shooter McGee. It's like they're just trying to kick his head off at this point. Oh, big scoop body slam here. Anderson just showing some strength there. Just wow, marches him around the ring and dumps him off.
Thunderous body slam by Daniel Anderson now.
Wow. Again, Anderson just putting the boots to him. That spinning elbow from Anderson.
Trademark spinning elbow from Anderson, and that's one of those things that he's definitely known for.
Oh, just another one in there.
One of many reasons, two of many reasons in this case, why they are such a competitive tag team and why they are the tag team champions.
Yep. Wells with the tag here. Oh, big kick to the ribs to Shooter McGee. Wow, Wells.
Future Eviloution just... I'm sorry, Craig. Future Eviloution just managing just to dominate Shooter McGee right now.
Wow, what a
beautiful.
Wells. Wells hung him up too. You see it? Wells lost him. Wow. Dude, Wells is like a surgeon. He's systematically ripping them and cutting them apart here.
Jonathan Wells is so well versed. He can work well as a tag team, or he can be a singles wrestler. It doesn't really matter to him. He's definitely got the best partner he can in Daniel Anderson. But right now, it's just him and Shooter McGee, and he is dominating the match. He's doing what he does best, and that is dominate. That's what Jonathan Wells has done for so long. And that's why he's been around for so long.
That's right. You know, again,
nothing personally.
They are two of the best in the business today.
Two of the best, and they're part of a bigger collective, if you will, here in CCW. Of course, I'm speaking of none other than the Shooter now with a fireman takedown, and now he's got Wells right where he wants him in the ring. Near fall. That stunned Wells just a little bit there.
Shooter McGee and his amateur wrestling ability. Well, he's going to control the arm and bring him down to the ground here.
Well, it's definitely well that Shooter McGee is not afraid to go to, and now he is reverse control, and he's got Jonathan Wells right where he wants him.
Yeah, there's a reason they call him Shooter McGee. He is not only fast in the ring, but he can actually just snap it. Wait a minute. A little bit of action behind the referee here. You know,
well, the referee didn't do anything, Craig. That's probably why Daniel Anderson just did what he did.
Shooter McGee holding his knee here when he got up. He might have been smart to actually go over and get a tag here.
Maybe that inexperience, it could hurt him in the end. You're absolutely right, Craig. Another fireman takedown.
And you know, that's got to be excruciating to McGee because he's slipping right to his knees to be able to hit that.
Oh, I thought he was still standing. My bad.
He's still stalking him here. You know, going to a choke on Shooter McGee there.
Shooter McGee looks fine.
Wow, McGee.
Wells just keeping control because, I mean, that's what he does.
Wells just taunted him. Wow, that was unnecessary. A little thumb to the eyes. Wow, amazing.
Another
delay into a pin. Now he's still going to roll it into a pin.
I think Wells might actually be a little winded now because you see he had a little trouble getting into that rolling pin combination. That may actually be what saved Shooter McGee right there.
Wow.
Now I think matter at this point between both teams, it's just a
Shooter
matter of
tried to escape. We can see it from our vantage point. Shooter tried to get out of the way. Instead, Wells again tossed him McGee to the outside of the ring, and Daniel Anderson is just laying the boots to him, and I think he's choking him out on the floor with the tape.
No, he might actually be trying to help Shooter back into the ring.
No.
We can't tell. We can't see what's going on.
However,
Eric referee Jerome Jackson. Jerome Jackson needs to stay focused on everything that's going on in and out of the ring.
Wow, it's the referee. The fans here, not a fan of referee.
I wasn't aware referees had names personally.
I don't know his name, to be honest. I think he's a new guy here. But
Stripes?
Something like that. But the referee.
Shooter McGee now in the middle of the ring, just absolutely worse for wear.
Wow, Shooter McGee.
He's in a complete daze.
He's going to tag. Eric Moore is pacing on the ropes.
Getting Eric Moore in this match right now would absolutely change the complexity, but I don't know if McGee has it in him.
Again, we don't count Shooter McGee out. He is so explosive. Wells.
He may be able to dug the clothesline.
Oh, they both clothesline. Looks like they both double clothesline down.
Well,
I'm not sure who got the better of that, though.
Craig, sometimes that's what it takes. Shooter McGee dug real deep, and he was able to get a simultaneous clothesline on Daniel Anderson. Anderson getting in the ring on Jonathan Wells.
McGee is as unorthodox as they come, but Daniel Anderson walked in there and pulled Shooter McGee back from it, making the tag. Wells still going to
I think it was a smart move, be honest with you. Maybe not the morally high road that you would think one would take.
Moore's right there, bleeding, get the tag.
Oh!
Wow, Moore came in a house of fire here.
Jonathan Wells unable to make the tag to Daniel Anderson, and now Eric Moore is in complete control of this match.
I think Anderson thought a little bit better getting in the ring with fresh Eric Moore.
Alabama
slam. That spine buster-like maneuver. Wow, Daniel Anderson had to jump in there to make the save.
I think Moore has a little bit more in the tank than that, though.
He's
certainly getting the crowd behind him. Moore is angry. Moore is mad.
Look at his face.
And he's a good guy, but that's one person I wouldn't want to make mad. What's he got planned here?
He went for the stunner. And is that the future shot?
Future shot by one half of the CCW Tag Team Champions, Jonathan Wells.
Wow, Eric Moore went for that stunner. Wow, Wells could have possibly put him away here, and instead.
I don't think Wells is worried.
Wow.
Having a little fun with the crowd right now. This is why the future was.
Pin. Wow,
just put the foot on it. That was it. That's your tag team champions. Even Anderson's telling him to take it home. And Anderson didn't even get tagged in. Anderson just walked in. Wow, Anderson went right after Shooter McGee. Eric Moore with a roll-up.
I think
they got him.
The winners of the match, Shooter McGee and Eric Moore.
Wow. That was a good match.
Is that all you have to say?
No.
I
I just figured that's all the lines you'd give me this week.
Yeah, well, listen, you take the lines you want, but I mean,
Cool.
they're going to listen to me. The point is right after that match, I was speechless, much the same way I am now. I mean, I can't believe that Shootmore was able to upset the CCW Tag Team Champions like that, and I got to believe that there's got to be a title shot for them in the future.
Oh, yeah.
No pun intended.
Team Shootmore, Shooter McGee, Eric Moore. I mean, Shooter with that amazing Boston Crab.
Incredible mat wrestler.
Eric Moore flying through the air with the Unstoppable. Not once, but twice, and that big stunner at the end of the match. These guys have to be in line to get a shot at the tag titles, but I'm not so sure Future Evolution is going to let them just have it.
Well, I'll tell you, I've known Future Evolution for a long time. We both have. I've known Jonathan Wells for the better part of a decade. And one thing that I think we can all safely say is he is not ever going to be at a loss for words.
No.
So we will no doubt hear from one half of the tag team, if not both of them, in the real near future.
Now that
Your line, go ahead.
It is my line. Now we're on to probably one of the most controversial matches, but also one of the most anticipated moments in Continental Championship Wrestling as of late. Our next match we're going to feature this week on Superstars of the Ring is Romeo De La Guerra versus the CCW champion, the Outlaw Jamie McKinnon. Now, McKinnon has been on a tear as of late, going through, and he can't say he hasn't been a fighting champion because he is decimating anybody that gets in his way.
If there's one thing that the Outlaw is known for, is definitely for fighting, and he's definitely left a trail of broken bodies behind him.
Today, or the match you'll see notwithstanding, but he's kept on that, just telling the fans, telling the crowds, anybody that'll listen, he wants rock and roll Chris Turner. And as of late, Turner kind of took the high road, hasn't been kind of going after him. We've heard from him a couple weeks ago, but at Fan Appreciation, that might have changed just a little bit.
Fans, we do want to warn you that the end of this match is a bit rough, a little uneasy to watch. I don't want to spoil it, so let's go ahead and go to the action, and you can judge for yourself.
It is our main event, and it is for the CCW Championship. First, making his way to ringside, from Ponce, Puerto Rico, the Latin one, Romeo De La Guerra. And his opponent. He says, wash your hands, get out the things, but you best believe all this hell to pay. Yeah, you best believe all this hell to pay. He is the CCW World Heavyweight Champion. Hailing from the Double Cross Ranch, the Outlaw, Jamie McKinnon. tell him to line up. You tell him to line up. You think I'm scared of the law? He is the law. Come on. Come here.
Dude's on the wrong side of the apron to be making that.
Hey, you're next. You're on the list. You're next. You're next, big guy. You're next, big guy. Let's go.
Hey, wrestling fans, Brian Blitz here, and I'm joined by Craig Young, and we have a big main event here at ccwrestling.biz. The Outlaw Jamie McKinnon, the CCW heavyweight champion, defending that prestigious title against the Latin one, Romeo De La Guerra.
Boy, these two are no stranger to each other.
Craig, this has been just a violent and foul feud from the get-go. For a number of, I don't want to say a number of years, maybe for about the last 18 months, these two men have squared off in some of the most violent matches that I've seen. And I got to be honest with you, Romeo, believe it or not, numerically has the upper hand right now.
He does. Again, these two, again, no strangers to each other. McKinnon frustrated over quite a few losses to Romeo.
Well, I gotta tell you something, Craig. Over the years, one thing that I know is Jamie McKinnon comes off as frustrated quite a bit, and I've definitely learned above all else, stay out of his way. Don't tick him off. Respect the man, and I've got nothing but respect for him. He got to where he is right now by busting his rear end, albeit a little bit unscrupulously, but he is a CCW champion for a reason.
Well, after 23 years, he's the most vicious wrestler that's ever appeared in Continental Championship Wrestling. Sorry, I was a little flustered. That shoulder block probably just flustered Romeo, too, as it just took his head off here.
I'm sure.
Ooh, McKinnon lining up those punches.
Nice little short little. Another beautiful jab by McKinnon.
God, look at his fist. Look at McKinnon's fists. His fists are all wrapped up.
Jamie McKinnon now with a little bit of a rope-a-dope in the ring. You don't often see that from the Outlaw.
Wow, McKinnon. Normally I don't see McKinnon tape his face like that. Yeah? It seems like wait a minute. You see that, right?
See what?
It's right there on camera. You should
All I know is Texas is a big state.
Wow, he's choking him out with that wrist tape. Wow, referee. The referee trying to get in there.
Definitely admonishing the Outlaw right now.
Wow, another choke.
Well,
McKinnon.
Outlaw McKinnon knows he has the count of 5 to break that chokehold.
Wow, McKinnon again choking him out. Wow, look at that, even using the ropes for more leverage as he just puts his foot right into the throat of Romeo.
I know we said earlier that Romeo De La Guerra has the numerical advantage on the Outlaw Jamie McKinnon, you know, over the course of this brutal feud. But right now, UCU has the real advantage, the Outlaw.
McKinnon, as crafty as it is, now he's just McKinnon's master plan here seems to take an effect. Take all the speed, take all the heart, take all the gumption out of Romeo.
Basically what he's doing is he's taking all the fire out of the pepper when it comes to Romeo. And please forgive me, I don't mean that to sound disparaging, but those are actually Jamie McKinnon's words.
Yep, he sure has.
So,
wow, Romeo may need to get out of the ring here. In fact, you know.
Oh, there you go. He's out.
Yeah, it's the same. McKinnon throwing him out. Romeo going to try to get some air, but McKinnon on the outside, that is a dangerous, dangerous place for anybody in the front row. We've got photographers around the area, as we can see.
Any sort of a radius within about 10 feet of Jamie McKinnon is dangerous. Doesn't matter. And you see Romeo trying to fight back now. I'm going to go ahead and point out a little bit of a bigger picture right now. Ever since Jamie McKinnon has been the CCW champion, his goal, his mission, his whole driving force is to square off one more time against the former champion, Rock and Roll Chris Turner. If you remember, he made some very nasty comments pointed towards Rock and Roll not too long ago. Not often does the champion challenge the challenger.
You're right, Brian. I don't want to cut you off, but they're coming this way.
Yeah, they are. I'd stay out of the way, Craig. Ooh.
Ooh. Wow, Romeo back first, right in that ring apron. You can hear him. You can hear his back hit right into the exposed wood that's underneath these rings, underneath better workings of the ring here.
You see a couple of welts beginning to raise on the back of Romeo De La Guerra now. As Jamie McKinnon
suplex him in from the outside. Wow.
Thunderous suplex. Romeo now, no matter how you look at it, you don't land right in those things.
No, McKinnon carried him all the way down, just to add emphasis to make him land right on the back of his head and shoulders. You know, McKinnon, it's almost like a new McKinnon. Brian, to just kind of recap what you were saying, once he won that championship, he has gotten even more vicious. And you're right.
Ooh! Thunderous toss by Jamie McKinnon.
Oh, he got 3.
Oh! Romeo not afraid to fire back, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, inside Romeo De La Guerra now going to McKinnon. Now McKinnon with a reversal. Oh! With those big meat hooks of his. And I think he has stolen the edge of Romeo De La Guerra right there. But Romeo De La Guerra is definitely showing that he's still got fight left in him.
Wow, De La Guerra took 5 of those chops, and we can see it from here. The welt is just already raising on his chest. You know, we recently saw what he did to Shooter McGee with those chops.
And it made that kid's chest look like a hamburger factory.
He did, in fact. Wow. Jamie McKinnon just using every trick and tactic in the book. All right, time to have to close on a little bit.
Nice! Nice spinning reversal by Romeo. Now he's got him like in the middle of the ring.
Almost.
Near fall. We almost had a new CCW champion right there, Craig. And let's see. Romeo's beaten him before. He can do it. He knows what it takes to beat the Outlaw. Nice thunderous drop kick by Romeo De La Guerra.
Right to the face. He hit him dead on the mark.
Near fall now. Jamie McKinnon still having the wherewithal to stay in the match.
Wow, McKinnon. Oh! Quick side suplex.
Romeo having a little bit of trouble with a decidedly bigger Jay McKinnon right there. I'm not sure if he got all of that, but he got something.
And here we go, the fast-paced offense, and that's all he can do. Hit him, pin him, hit him, pin him. Make McKinnon get that energy out, trying to kick out, trying to escape from these pins.
Yeah, but eventually you keep hitting, you're going to slide someone farther, and back, and in this case, it pushed the Outlaw right to the ring ropes. Matches can't change, titles can't change hands in the ring ropes.
Romeo pointing up to the top rope here.
This is where Romeo's at his most dangerous.
Romeo, the big double axe handle from the top. Was that enough?
Still close to the ropes, though.
Oh,
and you see, Outlaw knew it, too. The Outlaw got his foot on the ropes and broke the count.
Wow, Romeo De La Guerra. Tell the crowd it's over here. Got it back up. Big suplex.
He's a better man than me. Being able to suplex Jamie McKinnon is certainly no easy feat.
Romeo again going up to the top rope here.
And there is a saying that you can go to the well one too many times, and Romeo may be taking a very serious risk by doing just that.
You're right, it's a gamble, but if he hits it, we could be looking at the new CCW champion here.
Is the risk worth the reward?
Romeo from the top.
Good grief, and no. Jamie McKinnon moved at just the last moment.
McKinnon paced him. He was playing possum, was waiting for him.
I'm not sure if he's playing possum. He's still having a hard time getting up himself.
Look at McKinnon's lining up that elbow.
Yeah, we know what that means.
He's calling for the lariat. Romeo, if Romeo doesn't pay attention, he's going to get his head taken off here. Look at McKinnon stalking him.
Stalking him like a cat.
Oh,
miss, he missed the leg. No, he didn't miss the second time. Good grief. He doggone near took Romeo De La Guerra's head off.
Did he get him?
He got every bit of that, Craig, and I'm afraid it's just elementary.
The winner of the match, and still CCW champion, the Outlaw, Jamie McKinnon.
right there. Championship belt left lane. Chris Turner drew a line in the sand, and McKinnon ran.
You know, I'm going to play the devil's advocate for just a moment here, if I may. And it's not to discredit Rock and Roll Chris Turner, because we all know this feud is, you know, long in the making. But how do we know Mr. McKinnon didn't leave that belt there for him? I mean, Jamie McKinnon is very devious, very deceptive, and a very evil person. And it could have been left as bait to Rock and Roll Chris Turner.
It could have.
Now, nonetheless, Turner definitely has, I think it's pretty obvious that he's accepted the challenge. And, you know, when these two get into the ring with one another, it is absolutely going to blow the roof off. But I got to tell you, Jamie McKinnon's definitely going to have one trick up his sleeve, and Rock and Roll better be prepared.
I'm going to go one more on top of this.
Sure.
Did Turner come out to get a piece of McKinnon, or did Turner come out to save De La Guerra, who is obviously incapacitated against the ropes? Did he actually come out to try to get a piece of McKinnon? Or was he just coming out to save one of his fellow superstars?
Well, whatever the case may be, it certainly proved the compassion that Rock and Roll Chris Turner has towards everybody in the locker room. He's been a locker room general for a while, and that certainly held true that evening. Nonetheless, you know, the battle line has been drawn, and he's going to have to fight one day.
And fans, we'll get you an update on De La Guerra. As you saw at the end of the match, it was...
Hold on. Sorry.
Oh, is it a little off here?
Yeah, it's kind of been the whole show. Let's get you straight up.
Oh, thanks. You know, God forbid we have anybody from costuming give me a hand here. But, yeah, we'll get an update on De La Guerra at the end of possibly next show or a following show. Just, again, very, very hard information. Very, very rough to see him hanging there. But, and we apologize if it offended any viewers, but these things happen in wrestling.
But to be a little bit more uplifting,
yeah, let's go to a higher note here.
Fan Appreciation Day, like we've been telling them all show, has been was an absolutely explosive event, and I was 100% proud. And I got a little emotional that day being a part of the fans in Jacksonville. They should certainly welcome CCW into their hearts.
It really did mean a lot to all of us, us as personalities, our other backstage workers that you might have got a chance to meet, as well as all of the competitors for Continental Championship Wrestling. Again, we always thank you, the fans, for letting us do what we enjoy to do, and that's bringing the best in wrestling and entertainment also.
Having said that, we have a big show coming up on May the 9th in Hilliard, Florida. And Craig, you've been talking to me before the show. You have a special announcement for this May 9th show, so I'm going to go ahead and let you have the floor.
I do. Mother's Day weekend, May 9th, we're going to be performing live in Hilliard, Florida. Now, we want to do something special for all the mothers that are of the fans here in Continental Championship Wrestling. That if you go to our Facebook page and you email us in their information, the night of the show we're going to do a special, you know, we love you moms type of announcement. I'm sure our announcer, whoever is there that night, will be kind of handling that. We're going to do something very special. Prior to the show, please email us in. We can't really do this the day of the show, because one of the selected moms from your email submissions in or Facebook submissions in is going to win a very special prize package from us here at Continental Championship Wrestling. Now, I've heard it's going to involve a superstar picture, tickets to Wrestle Bash, just maybe a couple other surprises on the way. We don't want to spoil everything, but really, if you're going to be at the show, honor your mom. Let us say thank you again for being a fan and for, again, showing up to Continental Championship Wrestling. Please submit your information to us on Facebook or our email address at customer service at ccwrestling.biz. We want to make sure your mom gets an amazing package this year.
All right, well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is a phenomenal time here in CCW. We're certainly looking forward to the big Mother's Day show in Hilliard, Florida on May 9th.
We're going to tell many of the matches.
Go ahead. It's your baby.
Already announced on Facebook, Solo Jones goes one-on-one with the champion, the Outlaw Jamie McKinnon. That is going to be a fight among fights among fights. Solo Jones, with that opportunity, can he knock out Jamie McKinnon? And on the other side of that, can McKinnon's lariat knock out Solo Jones?
It's a one-man show either way you look at it, because both of them are kind of their respective lone wolves in their own rights. But here's an interesting aspect. We talked, of course, about Rock and Roll Chris Turner and Jamie McKinnon and their big feud, but with Solo Jones, there's another entity that he needs to be on the lookout for, and that's, of course, the Revelator Kevin Toole. Will he be in Hilliard? Nobody knows, and if he does, Solo's definitely got to be on the lookout for the Revelator.
And, in the same aspect, Rock and Roll Chris Turner, I'm sure will be in Hilliard, Florida.
Oh, yes.
Will Jamie McKinnon have to be looking over his shoulder?
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's on May 9th in Hilliard, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a phenomenal time here in CCW. My name is Brian Blitz for Craig. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you at ringside.